Welcome back, everybody, to Marvel Rivals. We are in the closed beta, and in this closed beta, we have some new characters and some new suits to talk about. If you haven't seen my previous video where I went through all of the characters and their costumes and alternate costumes in the Marvel Rivals alpha, I'll put a link probably right up here or something for you to check that out. But we're going to be talking about all the characters that are in the closed beta. Some of them have new alternates, some of them have new designs in general, and like I said, we have some new characters. So we're just going to go through all of them. We're going to see which ones are different, and we're going to talk about them and give them a rating from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and I'll be talking about any updates as we go through them. Starting with Hulk, I think Hulk is, yeah, Hulk's exactly the same. Frank is also the same. Storm is also the same. Loki, I think, is the same. Is Doctor Strange the same? I feel like they did something to his face. Hold on, I need to look at my Marvel Rivals video real fast. Okay, no, it's the same. Mantis has a new costume. Yeah, base outfit is the same, she just has a new alt. Here we go, our first new alternate costume, the Knowhere Corp. Space Corps, we're in space. You don't have to call everything out here space something. Appears in Guardians of the Galaxy 2016 number 5. Okay. I like this a lot better than the other one, than like the robot, like Power Ranger-y one that she had. This one feels a little bit more like Mantis. She has a green face. I didn't even really notice until I had to swap it. I was like, oh yeah, her face is just green. I really like the, oh, it's just a recolor. Well, never mind. All of the nice things that I was gonna say are gone now. No, I'm just kidding. So for a recolor, this looks pretty nice. I appreciate that, you know, her face is green and then she has the brown and black shirts. I think it has a nice contrast that it kind of tricked me into thinking that it was a new costume. The gray/white leggings. It just has a really nice contrast overall. And I mean, I guess for that, I'm gonna give it like a 6. The green skin does a lot for this costume. If it was just pale skin, I don't think it would have worked as well. So yeah, 6 out of 10. That's the same. 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 Okay, so now we're just on Venom. So we have our first new character, Venom. And he looks like Venom. It reminds me a little bit of the, I was gonna say like the Spider-Man PS5 one, but then I looked in the corner and saw my 19 inches of Venom statue, and it's just Venom, right? There's nothing really super unique about him, I guess, minus the tendrils moving on the side here. The back logo, I think, looks really cool. It makes me wonder if it's, I want to take a look at Spider-Man's logo real fast, if it's kind of similar to that, and it kind of is in terms of the style of like the top, but the bottom isn't. It's just you know, the black spider butt. The butt here is just this just typical Spider-Man stuff. I mean, it's Venom. He looks really cool. Like that's not me knocking it at all, but it's Venom. It's what you expect. It's a Venom out of 10. It looks cool, so I gotta give it a 7 or an 8, like a 7.5. But at the end of the day, it is Venom. And here we have Cyan Clash Venom, which is absolutely a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 reference. The Cyan looks really good. It always has. I like the black more, but I love that the Cyan is, dude, it pops out. Actually, I want to unlock this. It's at the very end of the battle pass, so I want to get it. Oh, geez, I'm sorry, Venom. Yeah, I want to get it because I want this all color, and I want to see it in real gameplay. I'm assuming that all of the tendrils and all of his attacks are going to be blue. This looks really nice. I love the reference. It's obviously just a reskin, but it's a really good reskin. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I'm a purple tinted Venom kind of guy. That's gotta be an alt too. At some point, they gotta go through all of the colors. But I think that a purple would also work really well too. So yeah, shout out to Ultimate Spider-Man, yeah. I wanna see his MVP thing go fast. And the blue, oh my God, that looks so fucking cool. cool. He looks so cool. So very quickly, unrelated to the suit ratings, this is day one. I used Venom the most. I love this character. He's one of my new favorites. I didn't really have a tank character. I was playing Groot, but Venom is going to be my new tank character. He is so much fun. I want to do Spider-Man last. We have a new alternate for Scarlet Witch. So originally it was the Battle Pass exclusive with like the all white and stuff, but now we have what I could only describe as one of my crazy ex-girlfriends from high school, probably, but also like, yeah. I like this color. I like this color. The black hair and the all black, you know me. It's just, that's just how I roll. But I also like the subtle red streaks, right? The red streaks here. I like that. I like that. Yeah, Nyx Weaver is low-key kind of, yeah, she looks good. She looks very, very, very good. Oh my gosh, and she has like the, like obviously her hair is wavy, but black, and then the hair kind of goes into just like a dark, what was it? It's like a dark purple tint. Like she, it's my video. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I would spend money on this. I love it. Yes. Parker's the same. Star-Lord's the same, but I still hate this outfit. Knowhere is the same. All right, so our second new character is Adam Warlock. So Adam Warlock, I don't know a whole lot about Adam Warlock. I won't lie to you, okay? I never saw Guardians 3. It's on my list to watch. And Adam Warlock, I mean, he looks cool. Like it's really all I kind of have to say. I think I appreciate the cape and the shoulder guards also going into his chest, into the abdomen. Like this design looks really cool. Obviously his body is just gold and he has the Dante hair, you know, and he looks very very spaceman-like, and I know that that's just kind of the theme of the game, right? Like it's what I said in my last video, where a lot of the characters feel like they're from outer space when they shouldn't be, but for this character it also makes sense. I think it looks really cool. It would probably get like a 7 from me, just because it doesn't really wow me. It looks acceptable, but it doesn't look bad or meh either, so it's a 7. And then for the cosmetic, we just have a green recolor, and I immediately hate it. This just feels like it pops a little bit more in a good way. This feels like it pops more in a bad way. Not really visually appealing to look at. It looks more like a Loki color. I don't know, it just doesn't really look pretty. I think that if the cape was green, maybe it would look a little bit better. Cape is green on the interior, but not the exterior. It just, yeah, it's just not vibing with me. I'm sorry. I would probably give this one a 4 out of 10. So 2 days after I recorded this video, they announced 2 new characters were going to be added to the closed beta test, and we're going to be talking about those guys real fast. So we're going to start off with Thor, the first character that was added this morning. And I honestly don't really know how I feel about this outfit. For me, he kind of looks more like Odin than Thor, which, I mean, is just kind of... I know that sounds kind of strange, but I don't know. I guess I'm just more used to the MCU Chris Hemsworth Thor kind of vibes. It's not to say that I don't like it, but when I first saw this suit, I was like, oh, that's Thor? That's very interesting. I don't know. I think it's also too because his hair is white and not blonde, but as far as his actual design goes, I mean, it's Thor. What I think I like the most about this, though, is that he has the helmet. I'm very glad that they decided to put the helmet on him for this. I kind of like his gauntlets here on the side. I think that looks really cool. Mjolnir also looks like Mjolnir, so I'm not really gonna comment much there. But I like the red, black, and then gray color scheme on here. I think it looks really good. Yeah, he just looks like an old, seasoned veteran Thor, and I think, again, it works very well for this interpretation of the character. I'm just used to seeing a more younger Thor, obviously, from, like, the MCUs and then the Marvel games. I think the biggest leap for me, like I said, is the fact that his hair is white and not blonde. That's really the main thing that I'm just like, oh, this is like the one thing that I would change, but I can already see it in the alt colors. He has blonde hair, so we're gonna see how that looks. But overall, I would give this look maybe a 7. It doesn't wow me necessarily. I think it looks good. There's some things about it that I would change. Like, and the other thing that I just realized, he's not wearing a cape. I kind of want Thor with a cape, I won't lie. And here is his alternate costume, the Herald of Thunder. So they fixed the blonde hair, but then they do a bunch of other things that I don't like. First of all, the eyes. I'm not really a big fan of what they did here. When he's activating his powers, I think this is fine, but I don't like it when it's default Thor, and this is what the eyes look like. Ooh, his suit shines. Do you see that? It's like shining in the light, like in the cosmicus. It reminds me of the the cosmic alternates from Marvel's Avengers, but it looks cool. I like the sparkliness. I'd be curious to see how that looks in the game, especially with the cape like this. And here's the cape. We have cape physics and hair physics when I move up back and forth like this. Oh wait, there's an inscription on Mjolnir. That's really cool. I like that, the inscription on Mjolnir. That's a very nice touch. Yeah, so he has more of a black, purple, and kind of like maroon-ish color scheme. His hair's blonde, like I mentioned. I'm not really sure about the style. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I like this. The mini crown on his forehead, I'm not too jived with. I think the main thing that I would fix about this outfit would just be the eyes, just personally speaking. Other than that, I think the rest of this outfit looks great. I would give this one an 8 out of 10. And the next character that they added was Jeff the Land Shark. I had to talk to my chat the other day about this character because I have no idea what this thing is supposed to be. Is he supposed to be the joke character? I think he's supposed to be the joke character. Anyways, Jeff the Land Shark. So he's like a dog shark? I like that he's a shark. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't really have anything else to say besides it's a shark and he has a collar with his name on it. It's 10 out of 10. And his alternate is the adopted Avenger. I like the color scheme change, but I don't like the yellow collar. I wish that the collar was a different color. I don't know what I would change it to, but it's yellow, and you guys know me and my yellows. I don't like the color yellow. Even if it was pink, I think it would be fine, but the yellow just, it never vibes with me. So this one would get a 9 out of 10 because it's still a shark, but the collar just reduces it by 1 point. All right, and last but not least, we have our updated look at Spider-Man. So they did a couple of things to fix this suit because I did have some complaints with it. I'm gonna actually just pull up a picture on the side just so I can look at the two and compare them. First things first, it was a very subtle thing, but I think they did something with the lenses. I think that before the whites in his eyes were just like a gray and it was smooth, but here you actually have the I forgot what they're called, but like you have like the dots. I don't know about that change. That's a little weird for me, just kind of looking at it. I think that he looks a little bit more saturated, which is good. They did change the logo a little bit. So, oh, hold on. It's hard for me to say it, but like I'm looking at the two side by side right here and I can see the difference. There's actually quite a bit that they changed. So the logo's different. There's more black here on this area. There was red here before where there isn't now. He had like a smartwatch on his wrist, but now it's just replaced with just the traditional like Spider-Man web padding. They actually changed his texture too. Like it actually feels more like a spandex suit rather than a robotic suit, which I appreciate. Overall, he just pops out a little bit more, right? Mainly because of the contrast. It feels more like an actual suit also, like I said. And then the back logo, they just changed completely. So they made it red instead of black. They didn't take my suggestion, which was to make it white. I still think that the white would pop out the most, but I appreciate that they made this change because black can stand out when it's not overused, but because this suit uses a lot of black, it didn't really pop out all that much. So with this being red, I think it works a lot better. Yeah, and the back logo looks a little bit different too. It's more condensed. His waist thing actually kind of goes all the way around now, and I think it also just looks better. There's more black here, like I said originally, but again, I think it just pops out a little bit more. I think it looks better. It's still not exactly where I would want it, but I guess in terms of this is Marvel Rivals' interpretation on Spider-Man, I'm glad that they agreed that he could use a little bit of work, and they did fix him a little bit. I think that this is fine. If they didn't touch him anymore, I think it would be totally fine. I'm actually frankly surprised that they touched him in the first place. I think my only complaint was putting the dots in his eyes. I feel like if it was smooth, it would have been fine. Oh yeah, they updated his shoes too. Yeah, this looks way better. This looks way better because it actually looks, well, first of all, like more traditional Spider-Man, obviously, but I just think it looks better here from what they had before. Again, it looked like a robot suit before, but now it looks like an actual costume, and you can even see the fabric here kind of stretching, so it actually looks like a bodysuit instead of robots. What did I give it? I gave it a 5. I would give this one a 7 out of 10. It looks significantly better. I still have my problems with it. It is a above average Spider-Man suit that stands out from the rest of, you know, the Spider-Man suit lineup. Good way to make it feel unique to Marvel Rival Spider-Man, but also still being a good suit. Spider-Man got that ass? Goddamn right he does. All right, and there you have it. Those are all of the updated suits from Marvel Rivals in the closed beta, and as we get more characters, I will continue to make these types of videos. They might not be as long. I might wait for more characters to be released, and then I'll do an update. For the time being, that's where we're at. So let me know what you think of the new characters and the new update for Spider-Man in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you see and you want to see more from me, don't forget to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button to see more. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.